Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Mr. Marty!
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much.
Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Mr. Marty!
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much.
Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Mr. Marty!
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much.
Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Mr. Marty!
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much.
Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Mr. Marty!
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much.
Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Mr. Marty!
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, members of the jury, members of the Roll the Tape film crew, welcome to another episode of Roll the Tape podcast with Manager Marty. I'm your host, Manager Marty. If you are a subscriber to the channel, you are a Roll the Tape film crew member. If you are a member of the channel, you are a supervisor of the Roll the Tape film crew. So I want to double salute everyone that's here right now in the live chat. That's a member of the Roll the Tape film crew and a supervisor of the Roll the Tape film crew. Roll the Tape family, we are here now. I welcome you. If you are watching the replay of this live, I welcome you. If you are a hater of mine, a spy of mine, a detractor of mine, I equally welcome you also. Now, enough with the hugs, handshakes, and Valentine's Day cards. Before I get on with the show, you already know what I have to do. I have to plug my guys in. Yeah, I know it's Sunday evening. I'm going to give you grandmama's cooking this evening. I'm going to give you some grandma cooking tonight. So let me plug my guys in. They are sponsors of this live. Cortland Manus, LLC. Personal injury lawyers in the states of Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Phone number 267-457-4201. Their website is wefightwewin.com. They will not only fight, but also win. Any personal injury case that you think you may have, let the experts, the attorneys at law, deal with it. Let them give you and win you the monies that you rightfully deserve. Doesn't matter what your personal injury is. They fight and they win. Reach out to them. I have a 10-year history with this organization. They are buddies of mine, and we've developed a relationship through business based on me going through a couple of personal injury situations in my life within the past 10 years. In fact, I've also referred them and recommended them to other family members and friends. I'm never going to have someone up here as a sponsor of the videos, the live broadcast, and even the channel if I do not believe in the products, goods, and or services that they provide. All right? And that's to give you all the good look so you can have the comforts and knowing that there's credibility when I promote and advertise. Now, with that being said, you know that I have to put the Cash App at the bottom of the screen, $ Manager Marty. I haven't been live in almost 2 weeks. Now, I'm going to give you Grandmom's cooking this evening. I'm going to use a lot of different references as teachable moments in this live, but I have to tell you all this. You might be new to the content, new to the channel, and this is as equally as important. I am the most controversial, the most imitated, the most insulted, the most knowledgeable, but unfortunately the least paid content creator in the YouTube boxing community. All of your support is greatly appreciated. Now, it's an even exchange because I believe in healthy relationships and reciprocity. I'm going to give you some grandma cooking tonight. I'm going to give you some education tonight. You ain't going to find this nowhere else. That's why I'm glad you're here. And with that being said, when we talk about reciprocity, I encourage you to support this channel. I'm not panhandling. I'm not begging for any money. I appreciate all monetary resources. But let's be honest with one another. We know this to be a fact. It costs money to run these YouTube channels. And with that, I think that it's equally fair that if I'm providing you all with entertainment and education, that there is a fair exchange with you all supporting the channel. I encourage you not to come over here and freeload. And what that means is you just over here listening to get the information, but then you're not feeding the horse. You're not contributing to the platform that's going to provide you with the education and the entertainment that you rightfully deserve and that you rightfully desire. So all support is greatly appreciated, and I will publicly acknowledge all monetary donations this evening. But at the end of the day, we all are investing our time. I'm investing my time this evening, and you're investing your time. Okay? So let's encourage each other. Let's not be on a whole live for 1, 2 hours or how many ever. I got time tonight. And I mean it. I have time tonight. But I'm just saying, let's not be on a live getting this free information that you're not going to find anywhere else. So the quality is inside the information. The substance inside the information. You might not be able to get it free all the time. This is one of them nights right here. Your support is greatly appreciated and needed. I haven't been on live in a couple of weeks. So I just want to let y'all know, because a lot of people be in my comment section saying I'm begging for money, and that's never my style. Trust me. Never the case. But at the end of the day, when we doing 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour lives, and there's nobody supporting the live, but everybody's expecting the information to be honest and accurate and expecting to have engagement, let's have some good reciprocity in that. With that being said, enough with the hugs, handshakes, and Valentine's Day cards. I'm going to ask my moderators for a quick favor, right? I'm not going to be on here all night, but I have time. And I'm with the grits tonight too. Yeah, I'm with that. I'm on that type time this evening. Open panel style too. Link is pinned to the top of the chat. With that being said, moderators, supervisors of the Roll the Tape film crew, etc. If Flyer Frequency, Boxing Hacker, or Tony, what's his name, reviews, if you see him in the chat anywhere in this live broadcast, please encourage them to click that link. I want to ask them something. Now, with that being said, let's get on with the information. VADA testing. A lot of people don't even know what VADA testing really is. Some people think VADA testing is basically an agency, an anti-doping agency that pull up on athletes and then they collect blood and or urine samples and then they test the blood and urine of professional boxers, okay? Double salute to all of the members of the channel and supervisors of the Roll to Tape film crew that's in the live chat. Double salute. Some people don't understand the difference between WADA, WADA, USADA, and VADA. I don't want to bore you with breaking down the nuances and the differences of all three, but understand there are distinctions, and we're going to break them down simultaneously throughout this live. As I always tell you all of you that are members of the channel and even members of the Roll to Take family, you know that the air fryer warms up when we have contributions. You know that. And we need the air fryer to warm up this evening. I don't want to cut anybody short off of receiving the impertinent information that you ain't going to find nowhere else. I promise you that. If you are a content creator, whether you are in the live chat or you're just watching from afar, whether you like me or not, whether you agree with me or not, I welcome you. I want to put a pin in that real quick. And I have to say this. This is the first public appearance I'm making with the comment that I'm about to make. Now, everybody know my character at this point on YouTube and off of YouTube. And we all know I'm human, right? But this was a rough week for me this week because I was discouraged and I was disappointed. This is relative to what we all talking about, okay? So stay with me. I was highly disappointed and discouraged this week because I put a lot of hard work and effort in producing quality content with sustenance, right? Accurate information that no other content creator within the past 3 years have gone as far as I've gone and in depth and deep as I've gone, nor have they done any of the research and in investigative journalism, unbeknownst to me, but for the past almost 16 years. And I have educated you all on this subject matter, VADA testing, Victor, Conti, and even the SNAC program. And to hear people for the last 1 year come on my channel live, whether it be in my live chat, whether it be on my panel, or neither, and they just sitting back listening. hijacking my talking points. If they are a content creator, they will use my talking points based on the information that they have learned here on this channel that they didn't learn anywhere else. And then they made it into their own, molding it in such a way that their audience think that they're the ones that research the knowledge when they haven't put the work in. Not only that, boxing fans who have been here learned a lot of information from this channel. They then go on other people's platform, on their panels, and even in their live chat, and they repeat the very words that they actually heard me say that they've learned from here and from me. The issue is that somehow, some way, when it comes to Victor Conti's name, his character, his history, when it comes to VADA testing, and when it comes to the SNAC program and the fighters that are associated with SNAC, somehow, some way, my name never gets mentioned. Somehow, some way, most people do not give me the credit. Somehow, some way, I'm not cited as a reliable source when these topics be coming up. Not only that, another thing that have disappointed me and discouraged me is that some people have used my video clips of these subject matters without even gaining any of my permission, nor even putting my name in their description, nor even highlighting the fact that this is the information that they're using to illustrate their point. Not only that, but people have been stealing, hijacking, and even blatantly using my slogans. And I have many slogans, putting it in their titles. And then when the video come on, they never say, this is a slogan from Manager Marty. And then on top of all that, to put the cherry on top of the whipped cream in the milkshake, Sean Zeitel, and I hope I'm pronouncing his last name correctly, Sean Zeitel, who was on the Sean Porter podcast as a co-host, I believe he's a co-host, he made a reference that Victor Conti told him privately that he knows how to beat the test. And a lot of content creators ate that up and then fed it back to the general public. Now, I don't have an issue with that. The issue that I have is people like Tim Bradley, who gave Sean Zeitel credit by citing him as a source, and other people was repeating what Sean Zeitel said to prove that there's a conspiracy based on what Victor Conti said. Eating that up. But long and behold, those same people have watched me put out video after video after video, clip after clip after clip, piece of slice by piece of slice by piece of slice of the words of Victor Conti that he told me here when he told us beating VADA testing, his words not mine, is like taking candy from a baby. But yet, they didn't put my name on it. Where is the Black Power YouTube channels when you need them to support the black man, Manager Marty? No disrespect to Mr. Zeitel. I'm glad he exposed that information. You know, I knew that already, though. Some people didn't. So I'm glad he exposed that. But my point is, the white guy, he made one reference using one sentence about a private conversation that he had with Victor Conti. And the whole time for the last 2 years, I've been putting out information that you ain't find nowhere else but on this channel. But yet and still, people don't say, I got this from Manager Marty. This slogan, I got this from Manager Marty. This piece of information that I learned, I got that from Manager Marty. Now, I'm not saying I'm disappointed or discouraged because I endure or enjoy the praises of men. If you know me personally, you know that is not the case. But if you don't, that's fine. I'm going to tell you, I don't adorn the praises of men. What I am saying is give credit for where it is due. Because when this thing come crashing down, I don't want people to start scattering around trying to figure out where it all came from. I have people like Boxing Hacker. I'm going to make him famous tonight. I wish he was here so I can tell him to his face. I have people like Boxing Hacker go on another content creator's platform and insult me through a super chat and ask me, did the 16 years of my research that I conducted and my investigative journalism of the subject matter happen after the Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence fight? Once again, I'm the most insulted content creator in the YouTube boxing community. I'm saying all that to say I was discouraged by all the things I just mentioned. Not Boxing Hacker, but the things I mentioned before that. I was disappointed, and I'm sure you would be too. If somebody came in your house after you freely invited them in to a cookout and you found out that they used and stole some items from your house, used some utensils that they stole from your house, and then turn around, have a cookout the next week, posted on social media with them standing at the grill using the apron and the utensils that they stole from your house. I'm sure you would feel some type of way about that as well. But with that being said, instead of me being disappointed and discouraged, I had some good friends of mine talk to me this week and give me some great wisdom. And then I came to myself and recognized that there are people like you that's here tonight with me, that's here right now, live and living color. You could have been anywhere else in the world this evening, but you came over here to rock it with me. There's people out there, such as yourself, who is dedicated to learning about all of these things that we're talking about in the subject matter and who have been supporting me throughout this journey for the past 2 years. Don't forget, I'm the one that told you all, no other content creator said it but me. I waited till every other content creator gave their review on the Errol Spence Terrence Crawford fight. And I'm the first and only one that said Terrence Crawford's performance looked suspicious to me. Long and behold, now all of a sudden, woo! People are saying that Terrence Crawford looks suspicious based on the muscle mass and the way he's gaining weight. Good God from Zion. In his quest and journey in the buildup of the fight with Canelo Alvarez. Long and behold, people talking about VADA testing. Long and behold, people are talking about the snack program and the fighters associated with them. And long and behold, people are talking about Victor Conte. But 2 years ago, some content creators were scared to touch on this topic. And most of you in the chat even know it's true. They wasn't talking about, they were scared to touch on Victor Conte's name and snack and VADA. Part of it is because they had lack of confidence due to lack of knowledge. I get it. But now here we are. Everybody talking about it now, huh? I get it. And I'm glad that everybody's talking about it. But all I'm going to ask everybody to do from now on, I moved on from the past. I'm not quitting. This just ignited me to put out more content. I'm not discouraged. But from now on, moving forward, if you're a content creator listening under the sound of my voice, when you talk about information that you learned from me, and you know you learned it from me, I kindly ask you, say my name. If you're a boxing fan and you came across my content in any way, shape, or form, when you go on other people's panels and you use my talking points and information that I taught you here, I kindly ask you, say my name. I don't ask for much. Now, let's get back to, if I had to say that, y'all, this is my first time coming back in 2 weeks. I just had to get that off my chest so my process can start. Now, with that being said, let's get to this VADA testing, right? Before I get to this VADA testing, right? We 25 minutes in. Air fryer needs to warm up on this topic. I have time this evening. Don't forget, the link is pinned to the top of the chat. This is not about whether you agree with me or whether you don't agree with me. All perspectives and opinions are welcome tonight, just like any other day we go live, okay? All right? Now, enough with the hugs, handshakes, and Valentine's Day cards. Again, let's start this out the right way. Because a lot of people don't understand the difference between VADA and USADA. There's a lot of differences. But I want to back up for a second because now it's been publicly recognized and advertised that Bill Haney is requesting 365 24/7 testing, right? That's cool. I told y'all before, we had 2 content creators that repeated what I said and still didn't put my name on it and tell their audience they got this quote from me. 365 24/7 VADA testing is a hoax. It's fake news. I'm standing on that. Okay? All right. Now that we got that out the way. Now, let's stop for a second and think about snack for a minute, right? No. I want you to look at your screen for a second. Let me take this banner off. If you can't look at your screen, that's fine. I'm going to read it to you and read it for you. Are you ready, class? Because the professor is here tonight. Now, snack system. It's on Instagram. This is their snack. I screenshotted this like 2 years ago, so their followers and following and posts, of course, it might be increased, okay? I only screenshotted this for some of you all, so I can put it on the screen. We want to read it together, okay? Here we go. Snack system. Victor Conti's sports nutrition company. Snack offers products that improve your level of fitness, help lose fat, build muscle, and enhance performance. Now, of course, we know that Snack have different products that they sell online in the form of dietary supplements. And there's different names for them. ZMA is one of them. Okay? And of course, we know, like I just read, that this is Victor Conti's sports nutrition company, where he's supplying professional boxers not only with supplements, but I'm going to use the words of Terrence Buck Crawford, other things and other things. Yes, indeed. Now, with that being said, I want to start this thing off the right way. Now, look at your screen now. Okay? Bam, I want to show you this. Now, I put this piece of information out, if you recall, back in October of 2024. This is from VADA's website. Okay? You ain't going to find this nowhere else. Hey, Lucky, tell him in the chat, Lucky. Is Lucky McKinnell's here? Tell him in the chat, Lucky. You ain't going to find this information nowhere else. That's why I'm glad you're here. Check this out. Look, right? VADA statement on dietary supplements. That's what this is. I'm going to read some parts of it to you so we can be on the same page, all right? Y'all ready? Listen, if you can't read your screen or read the content that's on your screen, right? That's fine. You can't read the documentation on your screen, that's fine. I'm going to read it for you. Okay? All right, class, those of you that's in the class from now. All right? All right? I'm going to read it. Let's read it together, class. All right? Listen. Let's go down to let me see this. 1, 2, 3, the fourth sentence. Here we go. I'm going to read it. Here we go. Athletes have been found guilty of a doping violation after consuming a dietary supplement that contained a trace amount of a banned substance, even though the label did not mention any prohibited substances, and the athletes had no intention of doping. I want to make sure we clear there. Okay? Let's go all the way down to the next paragraph. Sentence number 1. Although VADA may, in its discretion, review a list of supplements provided by a participating athlete for quote unquote red flag substances, VADA does not and cannot endorse or approve the use of any supplements, regardless of the fact that an athlete may have disclosed use of the supplement to VADA. Did y'all read that? Did y'all hear that? I want to make sure we on the same page this evening. Shout out to my man P Flame. Y'all read that? Did y'all hear that? VADA does not and cannot endorse or approve the use of any supplements. Just want to stop it right there. Now, don't Victor Conti provide supplements to athletes? Isn't Victor Conti a self-proclaimed founder of VADA? Okay. Let me also mention this, because this is as equally as important. And I said this to you all in the same video where I published this document that you see on your screen back in October of 2024. And now we hear Timothy Bradley still in my talking point and repeating it. And that is this. The FDA does not approve any dietary supplements here in the country of the United States of America. We know that there's no regulation for it. The FDA stands for the Food and Drug Administration here in America, for some of you that may not know. Oh, okay. Okay. So somebody tell me that the snack products that's being sold online worldwide for the last 20 plus years, are they approved or not? No, they are not approved by the FDA. I'm not saying that they have traces of any banned substance. Please don't misinterpret me and don't lie on me, please. But I'm saying people keep endorsing these supplements as if there's regulation for it in America. I just want to point that out. That's all. We're going to keep it moving. We're going to keep it moving. We're going to keep it moving. Double salute to my guy, honorary member of the channel, supervisor of the roller tape film crew, Lucky McKinnells. I appreciate your support, Lucky. I appreciate you warming up the air fryer tonight, because it's only going to get hotter from here. Thanks, Lucky. Appreciate you, big dog, in the super chat. Lucky says these words: you ain't going to find you ain't going to find this nowhere else. Thank you, Lucky. I didn't know you was going to super chat it. I appreciate your contribution, though, man. Now, let's move right along. Thanks, Lucky. Air fryer about to warm up now. Now, I just wanted to make sure we were clear on that. I think the guy named Flyer Frequency is here. Moderators, I thought I told you all in the beginning of this, when you see any one of the three men that I named, please let me know. Please tell them in the chat. Click that link and come talk to me, please. Flyer Frequency, Appreciate your presence here, buddy. That link is pinned to the top of the chat. I'd love to ask you a question. I'd love for you to come up here. Yeah. You know, a lot of guys was on 2 Cents Boxing acting like Hulk Hogan. They must have forgot Hulk Hogan died. R.I.P. Hulk Hogan, he died. But I'm just saying, well, we don't need no more Hulkamaniacs. You know, everybody was talking real greasy, real heavy on 2 Cents channel. Well, I'm here tonight. Click that link and come talk to me, man. Yeah. I'm on that. Yeah, I'm with the grits tonight. Come on, click that thing here. Because I still love you. Just come on and click it so we can talk. Now, while we waiting for them to click that link so we can have a grown man conversation about this subject matter, let's move right along. I just want to make sure we clear that VADA does have a statement regarding dietary supplements. They do not and cannot endorse or approve the use of it. Any supplements. Even though they're allowing Victor Conti to, all right. Just wanted to make sure we were clear on that. All right, moving right along. Let's look at some other pieces of information, shall we? Class is in session now. Bam, look at your screen. If you can, I'm going to read it to you. Air fryer warming up now. This is directly from the website of VADA, okay? VADA-testing.org, all right? You've seen this before. The screenshot that's on your screen, you've seen it before. I'm the first and only one to put this up on the screen. Now, I appreciate other people putting it up on their screen, okay, to continue the education. Because some people still, for some odd reason, lack comprehension of this. So we all going to read it together. And I salute all the content creators who have been repeating what's on your screen to educate everybody. You know what I mean? I'm going to read it to you. We only going to read the highlighted portion in yellow. The yellow highlighted portion. One sentence. All right, class? Come on and read it with me. If you can't look at your screen, I'm going to read it aloud for you. Everyone else that can, read along with me. Shall we? Come on, class. Here we go. Professional athlete. I'm going to read it slow. Because I dropped out of college and sometimes I'm slow. Or at least people treat me like I'm slow on YouTube. Professional athletes will volunteer to be subject to unannounced testing at any time during the 8 weeks prior to a scheduled fight. Let's stop there. Just the yellow highlighted portion of this, okay? All right. Now, this is one of the talking points and contentions that I use to illustrate my point about 365 24/7 testing through VADA. Professional athletes will be subject to unannounced testing during the 8 weeks prior to a scheduled fight. Link is pinned to the top of the chat, by the way. That means, if I can translate this very quickly, that if a professional athlete does not have a scheduled fight, they will not be tested by VADA. Okay? I'm going to prove this point in a little bit. Just stay with me. All right? Okay. Now that we are on the same page. Okay. Now remember, some of you were here when I talked to Victor Conti not once but twice in a matter of 6 days for a total of 5 hours. And I read that to Victor Conti. What I just read to y'all just now, I read that to Victor Conti. Yes, I did. And Victor Conti told me, I'm going to point this out later on, okay, in the next few weeks. So be prepared to see that in the video section, okay? Victor Conti told me VADA's website is wrong. He was only saying that because I caught him in a lie that he told about Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence and their testing protocol. But I put videos out of that a year and a half ago. Don't worry. Go on my channel. You'll see it. The point that I'm making is that when I read this to Victor about the 8 weeks prior to a scheduled fight, I asked him to his face. I said, Victor, how is that random testing when the actual testing agency is publicly advertising exactly when the testing will start? And Victor Conti told me, and you know I have the tape. I own the content. Well, that's not random testing. Thank you, Victor, for being honest for once. How is that random if the agency is not only advertising it to the professional athlete who will volunteer to be subjected to testing, but they're inadvertently publicly advertising it to smart cheaters. Remember, Victor Conti told us in the tweet, and you know I have a copy of that as well, that smart cheaters know how to circumvent VADA testing. Y'all remember that? Good, I'm glad you do. So if a smart cheater knows that the fighter that they are administering PEDs to, when the actual testing not only will start, but also the time frame of which the testing will end, which is within 8 weeks, how is that method going to prevent smart cheaters from manipulating that loophole? Now, moving right along, we're going to come back to this same screen, okay? Because I want to illustrate the blue highlights in the sentence after that one, okay? But I want to stick to the point of the 8 weeks prior to a scheduled bout or a scheduled fight. 8 weeks prior to a scheduled fight, right? So anytime before 8 weeks, anytime after 8 weeks, VADA does not test that professional athlete. I just want to make sure we are clear. Because anything outside of this VADA program of 8 weeks is considered what? 365, 24/7 testing. Why is that? It's very simple. The reason why the athlete will be subject to this unannounced testing during the 8 weeks is because the athlete has a scheduled fight. Let's be clear on that. If the athlete don't have a scheduled fight, then there's no reason for VADA to test them. Because when the athlete has a scheduled fight, that means that the promoter of that scheduled fight will be mandated and required to pay for the testing and the administration of extracting blood and urine process. I just want to make sure we're clear on that. Okay. Now, that means, I'm going to take it a step further now. That means that that fighter who has a scheduled fight is considered to be subject to testing in competition. Within the VADA program of 8 weeks of testing is considered in competition testing. Why? Because the athlete has a scheduled fight. Anything outside of the 8 weeks that the athlete doesn't have a scheduled fight, that is considered out of competition testing. I just want to make sure we are clear on that point because there's a controversy that has been brewing around different YouTube platforms regarding my interview with the CEO and founder of VADA, Dr. Margaret Goodman. And I want to play the tape. And while I'm playing the tape, I want Flyer Frequency, who's in the back. Oh, his name is Frequent Flyer. Why I keep calling him Flyer Frequency? Frequent Flyer. He's in the back. I'm going to bring him onto the show because I want to see if we all can hear what's being said. And I want to ask Frequent Flyer a question because we're talking about in competition and out of competition testing. All right? All right, good. Stay with me, y'all. The air fryer needs to warm up, though. We need more monetary support for that to happen. Okay? Now, let's see if we can get our guest up on the panel. See if we get him up here. Hold on. Let me make sure we clear now. Make sure we can get this brother on. We have Boxing Hacker in the back. Oh, I love it. Where's Tony Reviews when you need him? All right. Now, Frequent Flyer and Boxing Hackers in the back. I'm going to bring these guys on. But before I bring them on, I want to play an excerpt of what Dr. Margaret Goodman and I talked about with regards to out of competition testing. We also have my guy. He's a member of the channel, supervisor of the Road to Tape film crew, Mr. Greg, the OG of the channel. Mr. Greg, he's in the back as well. We're going to have a great show. I promise you I won't hold you all too long. Let's take a listen to these words so we can make sure we're clear, because I want us all to be on the same page with that, all right? You know what? I'm doing way too much talking. Don't take my word for it. Roll the tape. Right. So when you say out of competition, I've heard you mention that earlier. Out of competition is basically when the fighters or athletes in general are not competing. Maybe they're in training. Maybe they don't have a fight scheduled as of yet. Is that out of competition? Is that the meaning of that? That's the meaning of it for all sports that are enrolled in testing, whether it's track and field or whatever. But what VADA has is VADA doesn't have out of competition testing. There we go. That's what I wanted them to hear. That's what I wanted. That's all I wanted. I want to make sure we're on the same page. That's all it is. Get these guys up here. Frequent Flyer, you there?
Marty, what's going on?
Hey, I'm doing great, my brother. How are you tonight, man?
I'm good. I see you still rolling the tape and then stopping the tape.
Yeah, I did that because I knew you were coming up. How you doing, man? Yeah, I'm
I'm
glad you're
good.
here, man. Hey, Frequent, did you hear that?
Yeah. I was able to hear it. As soon as he said, we don't have out of competition testing, and then you stop the tape.
Yeah, but before we get to what she said, there was another voice that was speaking before she spoke. You recognize that voice?
That was you, right?
Yes, sir. Did you hear what I asked her, brother?
Roll the tape again. I can't remember exactly what you asked her.
Okay, I'm going to do that. I think that is very fair. Let me roll the tape again, because I think that's the part where some people might have missed, like what I actually asked her. Hold on for a minute. Okay, so I just want to be clear, Frequent, and for all of my viewers and audience members right now, I'm only going to play just my question to her. I'm not going to play her response yet and what she said after that. I'm going to play the part that you like the most, you in Boxing Hacker. I'm going to play that. But before I do, I want to break this thing down like an old rifle. I want to play what I asked her first, because I want to make sure you heard what I asked her, what my question was. Okay, here it is. Don't take my word for it. Roll the tape. Right. So when you say out of competition, I've heard you mention that earlier. Out of competition is basically when the fighters or athletes in general are not competing. Maybe they're in training. Maybe they don't have a fight scheduled as of yet. Is that out of competition? Is that the meaning of that? That's the meaning of it. Did you hear that, Frequent?
Absolutely.
You heard me tell her what out of competition testing was, and then you heard me ask her, is that the meaning? Did you hear that?
Absolutely.
Did you hear what her response was after that?
Absolutely.
What was her response, if you don't mind me asking you, sir?
She said we don't have out of competition testing, and then you stop the tape.
Oh, okay, you're missing something. I'm gonna play it again. Remember, I asked her a question. First, I made a statement. Then I asked her a question, and then she answered it. I'm talking about before she said we don't do out of competition. She said something else. Did you hear that
Oh
part?
yeah, she said YES.
Y-E-S. I'm sorry, I dropped out of college. I'm slow. What's that? That's a big word for me. What does that mean?
Yes.
She said yes. I'm gonna play it again because we got other people that just joined us live and live in color. They might not even know what's going on. Then I'm gonna get these super chats. Stay with me real quick. Hold on. All right. I want to make sure we're clear now. This
I
is
didn't
what
I didn't hear nothing that time.
No. I had it on mute. I wanted to make sure that when I was rewinding it, we didn't get any feedback in that. All right. So here we go right here. This is me. I'm making a statement first to Margaret. Excuse me, Doctor. I gotta respect her title, Doctor Goodman. Right. So I made a statement to her first, and to get confirmation, I asked her a question. And then she gave me an answer to that question. So I want to make sure we were clear first. I'm going to play just that small piece again. Hold on 1 second. Here we go. Don't take my word for it. Roll the tape. Right. So when you say out of competition, I've heard you mention that earlier. Out of competition is basically when the fighters or athletes in general are not competing. Maybe they're in training. Maybe they don't have a fight scheduled as of yet. Is that out of competition? Is that the meaning of that? Okay, I said it. I told her what out of competition was. I'm back, y'all. I'm back. This is the real live me right here. That was just a tape. Hold on. I said to her what out of competition testing is. And then I asked her, is that what out of competition testing is? Is that what that means? Now let's hear what she said when I asked her, is that what that means? That's the meaning of it for all sports that are enrolled in testing, whether it's track and field or whatever. But what VADA has is VADA doesn't have out of competition tests. Now stop. Did you hear that, Frequent?
Yeah. She actually didn't say we don't have out of competition testing. She said we don't have out of competition tests.
All right, hold on. Let me rewind it and make sure. Because hold on. Let me make sure now. Hold on.
Yeah, we breaking it all the way down now, right?
You better believe it. Here you go. Let's see what she said. Hold on. Roll the tape. Maybe they're in training. Maybe they don't have a fight scheduled as of yet. Is that out of competition. Is that the meaning of that?
That's the meaning of it for all sports that are enrolled in testing, whether it's track and field or whatever. But what VADA has is VADA doesn't have out of competition testing. So
did you hear that?
Yep, you let it play a little bit longer, so she got the ing off.
All right.
So
So she confirmed when I explained to her what out of competition means. And then I asked her, is that what that means? Out of competition testing? And she said, what did she say again, Frequent?
she said VADA don't have out of competition
No, don't see,
testing.
you want to skip that part. Please
Oh,
don't do that.
she said yes.
She said yes. That hold on. Before she got to what VADA don't have, I want to first make it clear that she confirmed with me what out of competition testing means. I asked her, is that what it means? She said yes, that's what it means. And that means that when it comes to all anti-doping testing agencies, whether it's track and field. Basically, she's saying it don't matter what sport you're in, okay? I just want to make sure we were clear on that. Now, before I let you go with what you had to say, let me get these super chats right now because we got King Swisher with the, man, I love when the people supporting. My God, I love when the air fryer warms up. Double salute to my guy, King Swisher. Appreciate your contribution, man. I really do, man. Much love and support to you, brother. King Swisher says in the super chat, continue to cook. Thank you, King Swisher. Thank you very much. I can only cook with groceries. I can only air fry when we have groceries, and your contribution helps us be able to purchase those groceries so I can continue to cook. Thank you again. Then we got my guy here. You know how he roll when he come through. He's the member of the channel and supervisor of the Road to Take film crew. Double salute to my guy, Jeremy Austin. Appreciate you, man. Gave me that nickel. He put that nickel in there. You know, a carton of eggs costs about $6. You know what I mean? So he put the 5 in there. So we can go ahead and get this air fryer warming up. You know, we got fish, we got grits, and we got eggs now. Double salute to my guy. Thank you again, Jeremy Austin. Appreciate you, big dog. Now, enough with the hugs, handshakes, and Valentine's Day cards. Frequent flyer. Did you hear what she said, bro?
Yeah, I heard what she said. I got a question for you too, though.
Okay, speak on it. I'm here.
Are we going to actually listen to what she says immediately after that and explaining that VADA don't have separate tests for in and out of competition testing?
Yes, my brother.
Okay.
Yes, we're going to hear the rest of it, okay? I just want to make sure that we are all on the same page, that she confirmed that VADA don't do out of competition testing. Did you hear that part?
But that's really not what she's confirming, though, because you keep stopping the tape before she
No. Hold on. See, you're trying to take it to what she said after that. We're going to get to what she said after that, but I'm laying the foundation of what she said first. And what she said first, by your own admission, you agreed that when I asked her, does that mean that? Is that what that means? She said yes. You spelled it for me. And you know I'm slow, and I dropped out of school, college. I got my diploma. I don't know how they get that to me because I'm slow. And you spelled a big word. Can you spell you said 3 letters. What'd she say again, man?
She said yes.
I know. Can you spell it again? Because I want to write it down so I can memorize how to spell yes.
She said YES, but it's easy to.
Okay. YES. All right. Okay.
You got to actually listen to what she says.
I know, I am. I see you want me to keep moving forward. Before we can move forward, brother, we got to deal with the present. And we're standing right here on the present. Now, I'm slow, so that's why I got to take my time with this thing here. Now, wait a minute. The lady confirmed what out of competition testing is after I personally made a statement explaining what it is. She said yes, and then she went further to say that all anti-doping testing agencies, all of them have the same meaning out of competition testing. When an athlete is not scheduled to compete, that's out of competition testing. I just want to make sure we clear here. Is Deem here? Double salute to my guy, Deem, by any means. He is here. And I believe 2 Cents Boxing is here as well. Double salute to 2 Cents Boxing. She's a member of the channel, supervisor of the Road to Tape film crew. So I just want to make sure, Frequent, that we are on the same page. And I actually have another question for you, Frequent, because I've been meaning to ask you this on 2 Cents Boxing's platform. I didn't get a chance to do it because it's her platform, but this is my platform now, and I'm home, so I'm kicking my feet up on my coffee table. Quick question, Frequent. Can you show your camera, bro? Can we see what you look like by any chance, sir? Let me see. Hello, testing 1 2. Is my mic on? Testing. I want to make sure my lavaliers work. Testing 1 2. Hello. 1 1 1 1. Woo. Hey. Hello. Testing. Frequent. Are you there? There you go. Show your face, brother. Yes. Now let me see if your man gonna show his. We gonna see if your man, a boxing hacker. Can you hear me, bro? Boxing hacker, are you there?
I'm right here, buddy.
Oh man, I'm glad to see you. Yo, do me a favor, bro, if you can. I just want to ask you something real quick. We glad that you're here. Can you show your face, bro, so the people we can see what you look like?
What's the purpose?
No, I mean these are the rules of my channel. It's my channel. I can do what it's my channel. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Can you show your face?
No, I can't show my face. No.
Why not?
I don't want to.
But I'm asking. I mean, you talk so heavy like you Hulk Hogan. He died. Hulk Hogan died the other day. So I figure you talk real spicy on 2 Cents.
I mean, I just tell the truth,
you at my
brother.
house now.
I mean,
you at my house.
I just tell the truth, brother.
Huh?
I mean, I don't know what you want me to say. I just tell the truth.
No, it's okay if you tell the truth. I tell the truth. So I just want to know if you can show your face.
Cap. I don't know if you're doing that, but I try to tell the truth.
I understand.
Well, you saw me. That should be good enough, right?
Yeah,
well, I actually want you to keep your camera on, Frequent. Actually, you turned it right off. But we want to know. We want to know if Boxing Hacker. No, Boxing Hacker. What I'm
see what I look like. That's wild, man.
No.
Anyway,
what I'm trying to say is Boxing Hacker is Hulk Hogan died the other day. R.I.P. to Hulk Hogan.
R.I.P. to the brother.
Yeah. And you be on everybody platform. You talk real heavy. Like when I say heavy, I mean like a U-Haul truck heavy. Like you talk real heavy, but nobody can see your face. So I figured we can see your face.
I mean, as long as you can hear my voice, that's what matters, right?
No, not tonight. We actually want you to show your picture today. We want you to show your face now.
Nah, brother.
No, I'm just saying because you was talking real crazy on that.
I'm talking real crazy. Well,
you was talking real spicy.
What did I say was crazy?
Huh?
What did I say that's crazy?
Well, no. What it is on Dean's channel, you was talking crazy to me. On 2 Cents Boxing channel, right after that,
because you be capping, man, Jamari. I hate to say it to you, brother.
I know,
but
I'm
an honest person. If I can say something about you, I'm gonna say something about you.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Boxing Hacker. But
I'm just saying.
I respect your opinion. No, Boxing Hacker, let me tell you how much of a man I am. I respect your opinion, and you told me, no problem. You're welcome. And you actually told me that I be capping, but it's hard for me to receive that when I'm looking at an avatar. Show me your face and tell me man to man. Turn your camera on, big dog. You the Hulk Hogan everywhere else, and now you come over here and don't want to show your face, bro. Come on, turn your camera on, brother. People want to see you.
Take it as Naruto told you, So take it as the avatar. Pretend the avatar is the one telling you that.
Oh no, that's fake. That's capping. That's fake.
Capping?
Yeah, that's fake, homie. I gotta pretend. I gotta pretend, and we real life live.
365 testing don't exist. That's capping.
Huh?
Like pretending like something doesn't exist.
Yes, like you did with the 365 24/7 testing.
Of course it exists. I don't know. Nothing. Listen, at the end of the day, the evidence that you're leading with. First off, the evidence you're trying to compel Frequent to say, you're still not playing the full tape.
I'm not compelling anyone to say anything. I'm asking a question, just like I just asked you
Okay,
a question.
well, make it fair. So you did answer what 365.
All right, I promise you. Okay, I'm
You
gonna make it
Look,
fair.
he said he gonna play the rest of the tape though.
Yeah, I told him. I told him
Yeah.
that I'm going to play the whole thing. So I'm gonna make it fair.
Yeah.
If you show your face, I will play the rest of the tape right now.
Why he gotta show his face though?
Frequent. The man
guy.
don't need another man to talk for him. All this talking he been doing.
There's
Let
your
him
Marty.
talk for
Listen to
I'm
himself.
me.
just wondering why though.
Listen to me, brother. Everything I said to you, I meant it. Like
I know, but it's hard for me to
don't
receive a
disrespect you,
man
but
talking
yeah.
to me behind a picture.
Okay, don't receive it. But let me explain one thing, right?
No. This how it's gonna work tonight,
clear.
homie. You
Go
had
ahead.
your time, brother. You
I had
had
my
your
time.
time.
You were
I'm gonna
wrong.
play
I
the
mean, I
rest
don't
of the
know.
tape. I promise you.
Why hide that part of the tape? And
Why hide your face? Why hide your face,
why hide
Robert?
that part of what's my face got to do with the tape? Like
Robert,
why hide that part
Robert, hear me out, Robert.
Yes.
All I'm saying is, when you talking to a man and you telling a man he's capping, I believe that men should talk face to face. That's all I'm saying, brother.
They should.
Huh?
They should. But I'm gonna say it to you.
I can't hear you. I'm sorry.
I hear you. But here's the thing, though, right? It's irrelevant. Well,
all right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so sorry that had to happen. But when a man can tell, I know you don't like that because that's your man. But when the man can tell me that I'm capping, I'd rather hear him say it to my face when I can see him. And that's okay. Hold on, we got my man coming on, the great Mr. Greg. Mr. Greg, how you doing, brother?
Oh, man. How you doing? What's going on, Marty?
Hey,
I done talked to everybody today. I feel special.
Mr. Greg, I'm telling you, I feel so elated. And because, I was discouraged this week and, people always stealing everything. But, all I'm saying is that I feel great. I'm in entertainment mode. We're not quitting. We just starting. Mr. Greg, I just have a question. Did you hear what Dr. Margaret Goodman said?
I did.
What was your? I'm gonna play the rest of it. I am gonna do that. But just in what you heard, me ask her what I said to her and her response. I mean, what is your take on what you heard, Mr. Greg?
Well, it's contrary to what I'm thinking that I think Flyer and Boxing Hacker were insinuating that maybe you were doctoring or not playing all the tape of what was said. So when you play what you played, okay, this is what you were saying she said. So overall, I mean, it didn't matter to me one way or another. I don't know why. I was on the show when I heard them going at you. They went at you pretty hard, and it gave the impression that maybe you weren't being honest. That's how I looked at it. So I'm glad that you have the opportunity to clear it up. You got to play by your rules if you're going to come on your show. I mean, Frequent showed his face. I saw that because I'm moving stuff around. That's why I'm kind of in the bad angle right now.
Mr. Greg, are you sure you saw that? Because I would love for Frequent to show you his face again. Did you see that clearly, Mr. Greg? It sounded like you was distracted, brother.
No, I saw Frequent show. I mean, it wasn't for a long period of time.
Hey, Frequent, can you give Mr. Greg what he need, man? Can you show the man your face again, brother, please? All this tough talking y'all be doing, man. Can you show him your face, Frequent, please? Thank you.
He gonna hit rewind.
Oh, man. You can't do that to Mr. Greg on the show, big homie. That's Mr. Greg, man. He wanted an honorary member. There you go. That's right, brother. Show your face.
Yeah, I saw
him.
I don't know why Boxing Hacker is so afraid for anybody to see him. I mean, know who you are. That's how I looked at it. I mean, I understand why some people don't like to show their face. Whatever the shows, to me at least, whatever the show requires you to do, if you're gonna be on, show your face, not show your face. We're gonna be on. We all of us have heard each other's voices for a long time. Not everybody shows their face. I understand that, but Boxing Hacker should have just showed his face since he made his statement, stood on his ground, or stood on a square. You have. So I like that you did.
Boxing Hacker just wondering why.
It don't matter
Manager
why.
Marty ain't giving no reason why. So some people be a little shaky about stuff like that,
But see, it's
right.
that doesn't have to be a reason why. If you come into somebody else's house and the requirement is, okay, take your shoes off or take your hat off or sit over here or sit over there, you're gonna come into his house, you do that. That's all. I don't think if nobody's gonna use his likeness to sell anything. He should have just like you did. You flashed your face. You showed that you was here to stand on what you stood on, and then you went back to your icon. Boxing Hacker.
Yeah, maybe Boxing Hacker got a lot of stuff going on where he at right now. I had to come to a little small room where it's quiet. You know, I got my kids running around and stuff out there, so I came to my storage room where I keep all my drones and stuff at.
Yeah, yeah.
Boxing Hacker could have went to a corner too. He should have just done it, man.
Yeah.
It is what it is. You just play by whoever's rules you got to play by.
All right, so now that we got that out the way, I want y'all to know if y'all hear any static, and I have to say that because Band Up is a Terrence Crawford fan, okay? And that's my guy. He's the member of the channel. I love him.
Now that you said that, it's a lot of static right now.
Static.
Yeah, well, that's what I've been trying to refresh the page, but I didn't want to put this out there. But Band Up let me borrow his Boost Mobile over the weekend. So y'all might hear a little static in this.
I'm still looking for you to find that tape that we was messing with him the first time. Remember that I asked you about the funniest moments?
Oh, I thought you was talking about the tape that he playing now.
No, it was a tape. I think it was last year, and Bandup's phone just kept on messing up. And at the end of the show, and it was I believe it was Lucky who said, and he ended it up. He showed a contract.
You sound bad now, bro.
Yeah, you can't even hear you, Marty. It's all static. At the end of the show, Lucky showed a contract for a new phone for Band Up.
He ain't playing that tape. That's why it's going crazy on him.
Yo, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. You put me on mute, but I can hear you. Yeah.
I'm trying to see if it's mine. I'm refreshing. I'm trying to put you and Mr. Greg on mute to see if it's my. I think it's my. StreamYard be doing this to me. I mean, you're not. This not the first time we've had this happen to the channel where StreamYard keep making my this app static. I don't know why, But anyway, moving right along, so it won't static again. So double salute to my guy Gene. Thank you for the Cash App, Gene. Appreciate you so much, man. Air fryer warming up. So I do want to. Yeah, thank you, Lucky. Everybody's saying it's me. I promise you, it's not my phone. Now I was just joking. Band Up is my guy, so I was just joking. He didn't let me borrow his phone over the weekend. He know that's an inside joke that we talk about with his signal. But a lot of times, so all my new audience members, a lot of time when I'm on StreamYard, every now and then it just keeps staticking out of nowhere, even when I refresh the page a lot. So let's move on with the show so we won't get that in the feedback to hurt the show. So I'm going to play the rest of the tape. So everybody heard her tell me and confirm with me that out of competition testing basically means that an athlete is not subject to volunteer to be tested when they don't have a scheduled fight or scheduled bout upcoming, right? So anything outside of the 8 weeks of the VADA program, while the while the fighter is on vacation, while they're, training, whatever they're doing, they're not subject to testing. I just want to make sure that we all are clear with that before I move on. Okay. So let's move on to the rest of what she said, because a lot of times what she said is constantly being brought up by Frequent Flyer and Boxing Hacker and others.
That's because you won't play it, man.
I'm going to
you
play
won't
it.
Never play it. You always say roll up tape, and then you stop the tape as soon as it gets to that part where she about to say it.
Right. Now, see, because you start talking, that one starts static. See, let me do it. I got it. I'm going to run the show. I got it.
No, you was static the whole time, bro. You was static the whole time you talking. Yeah, you staticky.
I can't hear it on my end. That's John making this John crazy, man. Hold on. Can y'all hear me? Am I still static now?
We can hear you, but it's just mad staticky though. It's
Dang,
like
hold on.
real crazy.
Hold on.
It might be because we probably using up his bandwidth by having our cameras on or something. I don't know. It wasn't doing that until, I wait till he come back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but right after that part where she say that, she explains what she mean by out of competition testing though. Dang, he sound worried. Hold on, I'm gonna go.
Yo, why is John acting crazy?
Take your camera off, Greg, and see if that take his static away.
Yo, that's crazy how they be. All right, look, I'm gonna see. Can y'all still hear
Still
me?
got static even with the cameras off.
That's crazy. All right, let me see something. I'm gonna see if I can drop y'all from the actual stage. And let me see. Hold on. Let me see something. Let me see if that has something to do with it. All right, can everybody hear me? Can somebody tell me in the chat, is it cool? Am I good? Testing 1 2 1 2. I'm good. Hey, Ariana. Am I good, Ariana? All right, I'm fine. Lucky and Fight Sports Talk. 2 cents said I'm better. Okay. All right, I think it's because it's like when I add guests on the show, it does that. All right, everybody saying I'm good. Look, y'all, I would love to add everybody back on. Let me get these points off first, and then I promise y'all before we go, I'm gonna let people. Come on, y'all, jump on the panel, right? I'm gonna let everybody on in the back. But I just want to make sure I finish this up, and then I'll let everybody have a perspective. Because if I bring you guys on or ladies on, I don't want it to start staticking again. All right. So let's finish playing the rest of that piece because I want to get to my point. So the reason why I stopped the tape at that point is because that's the only reference that I'm using to illustrate my point. All right. I just want to make sure we clear on that. But I'm gonna play the rest of it though. All right, hold on. Hey, Gene. Hey, Eugene. Thank you again, man. I just seen you in the chat. I appreciate you, man, with the cash app, man. Double salute to my guy, Eugene. Appreciate you. All right, listen, I'm going to play it. Here it is. Don't take my word for it. Roll the tape. Right. So when you say out of competition, I've heard you mention that earlier. Out of competition is basically when the fighters or athletes in general are not competing. Maybe they're in training. Maybe they don't have a fight scheduled as of yet. Is that out of competition? Is that the meaning of that? That's the meaning of it for all sports that are enrolled in testing, whether it's track and field or whatever. But what VADA has is VADA doesn't have out of competition testing. So, and by that I mean, even though we're testing leading up to an event or throughout the year, all our testing remains the same. And that means that we always include stimulants and narcotics in every test that we do. But they don't do that in the Olympic system. They only include those entities approximately 12 hours before an event or the night before an event, the day of an event. Okay. Did y'all hear that? Okay. So what point are you guys trying to prove? Because the last time I checked, if y'all heard what she just said, she never said anything about it being 2 or 3 different types of testing and blah, blah, blah. The only thing she mentioned even before that was the pricing of each test. In other words, there is a difference between in-competition testing and out-of-competition testing. And that's exactly the point that I was proving. There's a difference between in-competition testing and out-of-competition testing. And all she basically said was that VADA include the panel of narcotics. What does that have to do with her saying that VADA doesn't do it? VADA doesn't have out of competition testing. Nothing. Yes, she's going to say all year round because VADA tests all year round because fights are happening all year round. That has nothing to do with the 8 weeks prior to a scheduled bout. Now, somebody's going to say, Manager Marty, that's not true. Out of competition testing doesn't mean what you think it means, even though Margaret Goodman just agreed that that's exactly what that means. So now what I'm going to do, since people don't understand that there's a difference between out of competition testing and in competition testing, since some people don't understand that, right? I'm going to play you something else that she said to show you that there is a distinction between out of competition testing and in competition testing. Hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, members of the jury, members of the Roll the Tape film crew, I've been telling you all time and time again that out of competition testing just simply means that the agency will test the fighter when the fighter has no fight scheduled. They're not in competition. Okay? Now, watch this. Watch this. I'm going to show you all that there is a distinction between out of competition testing and hold on, and in competition testing. There is a difference. And this is what I was trying to explain. Hold on. Here's Dr. Margaret Goodman a few seconds before I asked her about out of competition testing. I'm going to play it all again. Don't take my word for it. Roll the tape.
Sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less. And that's because of the level of testing that we do. When you look at Olympic athletes that are undergoing testing per the World Anti-Doping Agency or WADA in competition or out of competition testing, out of competition testing is approximately $200 per test, and in competition testing is $250 per test.
All right, I'm going to stop it right there. Did y'all hear that? She actually made a distinction on the pricing of the test, and she used Olympic style as a reference. You see my point? There is a difference in the pricing because there's a difference in the process. Woo! Don't let the preacher come out. It is Sunday now. I'm going to say it again for the people in the back. There's a difference in pricing because there's a difference in process. The difference in process is very simply that when a fighter have a scheduled bout or a scheduled fight, they will be tested inside of the VADA program, which states, and I'm going to put it back on your screen so we all can be on the same page, very simply, that professional athletes will volunteer to be subject to unannounced testing at any time during the 8 weeks prior to a scheduled fight. Very simple. That's called in competition testing. Okay? Out of competition testing is simply when an athlete is subject to unannounced random testing at any time, period. There is no during the 8 weeks of a scheduled bout. There is no 8 weeks prior to when you have a scheduled fight. And none of that matters. What matters is anytime when you are competing in a scheduled fight and when you are not competing in a scheduled fight. I want to stay right there for a second. There's a difference in pricing because there's a difference in process. Now, somebody's going to say to me, or somebody can say to me, well, Manager Marty, That's not true. Out of competition testing and in competition testing is basically the same thing because there's certain panels that's being used to distinguish the two. Well, I got news for you. Go and look at your screen now. Go on and look at it. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. I want to make sure everybody's eyes is glued on it. I'm going to show you something real quick. Go and look at your screen. Bam, there it is right there. I'm going to show you what this is, and I'm going to bring this point home about what this is on your screen in 1 second, but I want to show you something. What's on your screen right now is the whereabouts policy of USADA. You might not know who USADA is. United States Anti-Doping Agency. Go and look at your screen now. I'm going to read something to you. Go look at the last paragraph on this page. There's only 2 paragraphs on your screen. I'm going to read it for y'all that can't see it and y'all driving. The last paragraphs, it start with the word athletes. I'm going to read it. Y'all ready? Class, read it with me. Athletes are subject to testing 365 days a year and do not have off seasons, quote unquote, or cut off periods in which testing does not occur. Whereabouts information, in parentheses, it says dates, times, locations, etc. Whereabouts information is information submitted to USADA by an athlete that allows the athlete, watch this, to be located for what? Out of competition testing. I'm going to read that last sentence again. Whereabouts information is information submitted to USADA by an athlete that allows the athlete to be located for out of competition testing. So in other words is the whereabouts policy is only enforced to athletes that are subject to testing 365 days a year and do not have off seasons or cutoff periods in which testing does not occur. That's the difference between USADA and VADA. USADA, it says it right there. I'll read it again. Whereabouts information is information submitted to USADA by an athlete that allows the athlete to be located. Why? For what? Why should the athlete be located? Why and when? For out of competition testing. Now let's go look at what VADA's website say. Bam, look at your screen again. I'm going to read it again. Professional athletes will volunteer to be subject to unannounced testing at any time during the 8 weeks prior to a scheduled fight. You see how specific that is? You see how specific VADA was? Very simple. Let's not complicate this, y'all. Let's not complicate this. They were very specific on when the testing is to be administered during the 8 weeks prior to a scheduled fight. That's considered in competition. But look at your screen again. But what's considered out of competition is when an athlete is subject to testing 365 days a year, and they do not have off seasons or cutoff periods in which testing does not occur. Do y'all see that? I want to make sure we clear. Do y'all see that? Do y'all see that? Oh, okay. I just want to make sure we were clear. Now, somebody might say to me, Manager Marty, Why don't you pull up the whereabouts form for VADA? You know, like Tony Reviews try to do to discredit and disprove me on 2 Cents channel. I got something for you. I'm not mad. I'm Marty. Let's look at the whereabouts policy. Bam. Go on and look at it. This from VADA right here. Take you to school now. Go and look at your screen. This is the same information that Tony Reviews try to use to disprove me. Go and look at your screen. Let's read it together. This is the VADA whereabouts policy. Let's read it together, class. And if you're driving or if you're preoccupied, I will read it for you. VADA whereabouts policy. All athletes registered under the VADA program are required to comply with the terms of this whereabouts policy. VADA and the athletes recognize that effective out-of-competition testing programs are essential to the fight against doping in sport, and an effective out-of-competition testing program depends upon accurate and complete athlete whereabouts information. This does not say that VADA performs out-of-competition testing. It just says that VADA and the athletes recognize that effective out-of-competition testing programs, such as USADA, are essential to the fight against doping in sports, and an effective out-of-competition testing program, such as USADA, depends upon accurate and complete athlete whereabouts information. But it doesn't say what USADA's whereabouts policy says, does it? I'm going to put it back on your screen right here. Bam. Read it with me now. Last paragraph again, class. Athletes are subject to testing 365 days a year and do not have off seasons or cutoff periods in which testing does not occur. Whereabouts information is information submitted to USADA by an athlete that allows the athlete to be located for out-of-competition testing. You see the difference? That's USADA's whereabouts policy. That's the difference. So once again, bam, look at your screen again. Professional athletes will volunteer to be subject to unannounced testing at any time during the 8 weeks prior to a scheduled fight. The reason why I keep reading this over and over again, some people take longer than others to process information, okay? Think about what's happening here. VADA, just like the CEO and founder, Dr. Margaret Goodman, told me, VADA does not have out-of-competition testing. Why? Because they only test during the 8 weeks prior to a scheduled fight. However, USADA, on the other hand, they do both in competition and out-of-competition testing. So, with that being said, 365 24/7 testing is a hoax. It's fake news when it comes to VADA. Now, somebody's going to say, Manager Marty, this is not sufficient proof. There is a such thing as 24/7, 365 testing that fighters can enroll in because Devin Haney enrolled. I have a question on that. I have a question on that. I have two questions on that. Question number one. Let me show y'all this is important. Bam. Look at your screen. This is the athlete whereabouts form. Y'all see that? And it's okay if you can't read the words. I just want to show you what it is. It's from VADA. This is their whereabouts form that professional boxers and MMA fighters, professional athletes They have to complete this whereabouts form. Okay? Okay? Now watch this. This is page number 2. I want to show you something. You ain't going to find this nowhere else. Bam! Look at your screen. You see that? That's at the bottom of that actual page I just showed you. I'm going to show it to you again. I don't want nobody to get lost in translation. Bam! This is the whereabouts form. You see that? This is the second form. That's the first one right there on your screen. This is the second one. Bam. What's the significance of that? Look at the middle of the page. I'm going to show you something. Look. I'm going to show you something. For anybody that challenged me on this 24/7, 365 testing for VADA. And that Devin Haney's the one that, he's the only one enrolled and blah, 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 whatever. Look at the middle of your screen. What does that say? You see what that say on the middle of your screen? I'm going to read it to you if you don't. It says competition schedule. Do y'all see that? I want to make sure we clear now. I want to make sure we clear. Do y'all see that? I want to make sure we clear. If we not clear, I'm going to show you what it says. Competition schedule. At least y'all probably can see that. Those two words, competition schedule, right? Underneath competition schedule, it says competition. It says name of competition, city, state, country, travel days. Y'all see that? Now, if 24/7, 365 testing existed through VADA, then how come on the whereabouts form it's asking about a competition schedule? In other words, is the fighter that's undergoing 365, 24/7 testing is subject to testing even when they don't have a competition scheduled. So why would the form ask about a competition schedule, the name of the competition, the city, state, country, and the actual travel days to and from the competition venue? That's not good enough for y'all? That's not good enough for y'all? Okay, I have another question. And this is the question that's going to close everything out with this part. And then we're going to move on to the final piece to the puzzle. Can somebody show me, since people in my live chat talking about I got cooked on 2 Cents channel and I'm here to save face, which is a complete lie. But that's okay. This is how we're going to close that piece out with 365, 24/7 testing through VADA. Can anybody on the website of VADA show me if VADA has 365, 24/7 testing? Can somebody show me where at on their website is the application to enroll in it? I'm going to ask it again. If VADA has 365, 24/7 testing, where at on their website is the application to enroll in it? I'm not talking about the regular enrollment form for just scheduled fights. 8 weeks prior to a scheduled fight, which is the actual VADA program. Not that. I'm talking about the actual application or any other documentation on VADA's website where it specifies 365, 24/7 testing. And this is the application to enroll in it. Can someone show me that on the website, please? I don't ask for much, but can somebody do that, please? Can someone show me where? Frequent flyer, you had your chance, brother. I know they have whereabout forms. I already know about all of that, bro. That point that you're making is not the point that we're making. The point is, y'all try to tell me that there was no difference between in competition and out of competition testing because Dr. Margaret Goodman said that there's a panel that separates the two. And I'm telling you that that is not the point. It doesn't matter if out of competition panels have narcotics related on it. That's not the point. The point is, if a fighter is not scheduled to fight, they're not tested through VADA. Something else has to take place for that to occur because VADA's standard program, it says it on their website, is that a fighter volunteers to be subject to random testing 8 weeks prior or within 8 weeks prior to a scheduled bout. Very simple. Let's not complicate this. That's the difference between VADA. That's the difference between VADA and USADA. It's very simple. Even if you said, no, she was just talking about a panel. No, she was saying out of competition testing, the panel. That's what she was talking about, Manager Marty. She was talking about the out of competition testing panel. Yeah, and VADA uses it. Cool, no problem. But what did she mean when she said, yes, that's what out of competition testing means, Manager Marty? And VADA doesn't do out of competition testing. So what does she mean by that then? What does she mean by that then? If she uses an out of competition testing panel, such as narcotics, and the in competition panel, which is prohibited substances, then what difference does it make if she's the one saying that VADA doesn't do out of competition testing? What difference does it make? Oh, okay. So somebody show me on the website. What's the name here? Tony Reviews? Somebody got his number, hit him up. And ask him to go on the website and find the application that says 365 24/7 testing enrollment form. Okay, since they don't have a form on the website that specifies that, how did Devin Haney sign up for it then? How did he enroll in something that don't have an application to enroll in? Now, somebody might say, well, Manager Marty, there's no other forms on VADA's website to enroll in. Oh, it's not? What about this form on your screen? Bam. There's a whereabouts form. There's an athlete whereabouts form that fighters have to actually complete. Not only that, bam, look at your screen again. There's a therapeutic use exemption application form that fighters have to complete. There's also an enrollment form to be tested through VADA that professional athletes have to complete. So where is the application to enroll in 24/7, 365 on the website? Because this is where the athletes get their forms from. You can PDF it and actually print it out and then email it and scan it back to Margaret. But you can do that with all these other forms. So how can Devin Haney be enrolled in something when there's no application for him to enroll in it on the website? Y'all woke up a sleeping giant today. Just answer the question. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'm here to educate you. People keep talking about a lot of fighters don't sign up for 365 24/7 testing. Okay, great. Well, where's the application to sign up? Let's say Brian Norman Jr. did want to sign up and enroll for 365 24/7 testing. How would he be able to enroll if there's no application for him to fill out and complete to enroll in it? Make this make sense for me, please. There's an application to enroll in everything else. Therapeutic use exemption, whereabout form, the actual basic standard enrollment for the 8 weeks of testing. There's an application process for all of that. There's a form for all of these things. Where's the form to enroll in 24/7, 365 testing? Where is it? So you know why there is none? I'm going to stop the school bus right here and turn my hazards on. You know why there is none? Do you know why there is none? Because there is no such thing as 365 24/7 testing through VADA. That's why. It's very simple. A warlock. I kicked everybody off because of the static. Physically. The static that you physically heard, that's why. Not because I was ducking any smoke. At all. Mr. Jamal, are you there? Testing 1, 2. Is my mic, my lavalier working? Frequent flyer, you there?
Years old. Yeah, I'm here.
Yo, did you go on the website yet, bro?
Yo, just pull up the normal form that you sign up for testing. Pop that on the screen.
Did you go on the website, brother?
No, I'm looking at you pull up the forms.
No, you didn't. You went on the website. Just say yes. I know you went on the website.
No, I'm looking at you pull up the forms.
You didn't go on the website yet? You went on the
website. Just pull up that form. Pull up the normal one.
Now you see how the static is still happening when I brought you up here, right?
Look, let me say this though. What she said right immediately after.
No. I don't want to talk about what she said. I want to ask about the form.
Why?
You saw it already.
But that's important though.
What's important?
It's important what she said immediately after she said we don't have out of competition testing.
Well, so tell me what she meant then. You tell me what she meant.
Okay, she said that all the other testing agencies have a different set of tests that they test for out of competition testing.
Like
she said, and they call it out of competition testing because there's certain things that they don't test for. But she said we don't have out of competition testing. We have the same test for everything, for in and out of competition. That's what she's saying. She's saying that they don't switch up the tests when it's out of competition like the rest of the testing agencies do. Like they might not test for marijuana or something like that, or different things that they do test for when you're in competition. She was just saying that they don't slack up. They keep the same testing all year round throughout the year. That's what she was saying. She wasn't saying we don't test when they're not in competition like you're making it seem like she's trying to.
Let me ask you a question. Do VADA test when these fighters are not competing? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. So why do their websites say professional athletes are subject to be tested 8 weeks scheduled 8 weeks of a scheduled fight? Why does it say that?
Because they're talking about in competition testing right there.
Oh no, but that's what I'm asking you. Why does the website say that and they specify that?
Because they do that testing too. Come on, bro. It's not rocket science.
So show me on the website.
They test for people in competition and out of competition. So why wouldn't they explain to people what they
frequent? This shouldn't be a debate between you and I. It should be clear on their website. So show me where it says that on the website that they test 365, 24/7. Just show me where does it say that they actually test for it. Show it to me. Tell me. I'm on a website now.
Why it has to say it on the website? I'm confused.
You see, ladies and gentlemen, I have to let him off the I can't do this tonight. Let's be clear, y'all. Now, all of a sudden now, when Tony Reviews tried to disprove me by showing me a whereabouts form that absolutely said nothing about VADA actually administering out of competition testing, they used the website to try to disprove me. But now, all of a sudden, 365, 24/7 testing should not be notated and acknowledged on the actual website. Oh my God. Lord have mercy. Why does that matter? Come on, y'all. We got to stop this. So everything else is cool for the website. Oh, okay. Double salute to my guy. I'm late with the air fryer, but I'm glad that he's here. My main man, Pots and Pans, representing DC. My man, DC Jeroy. Drop past to say what's up, brother Marty. A little something for some sodas. Thank you, DC Jeroy. You know I'm way past my bedtime, but we here now. The groceries are in, air fryer warming up, and we're here. DC, you my guy. Appreciate you, big dog. And speaking of big dog, we have Big Dog Willie. Double salute to Big Dog Willie. In the super chat, Big Dog Willie says, Manager Marty, you said that Hulk Hogan did steroids. Hulk Hogan is probably the cleanest professional athlete ever to walk the earth. Prove me wrong. Big Dog Willie, when did you ever hear me say that Hulk Hogan did steroids? Just give me the date and time so I can pull it up. I never said Hulk Hogan did steroids. I said Lex Luger admitted doing steroids in an interview. And that's why I put this picture up of your man right here, Devin Haney. You see him? You see him, Big Dog Willie? I never said Hulk Hogan did steroids. I said Lex Luger came out. And I have a copy of the interview too. I have it. He came out and said that throughout his wrestling career, he used steroids. He said he cycled 10 days on and 10 days off. That's what he said. And I'm just trying to figure out, since Devin was on Snack, how come he looked like Lex Luger? Go on and look at your screen, Big Dog Willie. I like Big Dog Willie, man. You know, he always come and support the channel, and he comes with it. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying, Big Dog Willie. And here's the thing. Even Hulk Hogan admitted to using steroids. I've heard him in countless interviews admitting to using steroids. Okay? All right? He admitted himself, but I didn't actually say that. I just want to make sure we are clear. Okay? All right. Now, the only reason why we're talking about this is because of Bill Haney asking for Brian Norman Jr. to do something through VADA that nobody else does. And that's 24/7, 365 testing. And I have a question to you Devin Haney fans. I have a question for you Bud Crawford fans who challenged me on this topic. Why would Victor Conti say that he's had a difficult time getting his own snack fighters to do what he's trying to do with 365 24/7 testing? In fact, he admitted to me that it didn't even exist. In fact, I'll take it another step further. He said that 24/7, 365 only happened 3 times in the history of the sport of boxing. I played that in the tape last week. Y'all remember that? Okay, good. He said he sponsored 2 out of the 3, meaning Nonito Donaire and Edwin Rodriguez. That's what he told me in 2023. He sponsored 2 fighters to undergo 24/7, 365 testing. But in 2015, which is 10 years ago, he went on another person's platform and said that he sponsored 10 fighters. Which one is it? If it existed, he didn't have to lie about it. And not only that, since VADA updated their website and they have an actual tab that says 24/7, 365 testing, how come they only have Devin Haney picture on there? Where is Edwin Rodriguez picture under there? Where is Nonito Donaire's picture under there? Where is Canelo Alvarez's picture under there? These are the 3 names that Victor Conti told the Boxing Voice, and these are the 3 names that Victor Conti told me. Now, somebody might say, because they did it back in the day. That's old. Well, then how come I can pull up? Watch this. Look at your screen. I'm going to kill all your talking points tonight. Bam. How can I pull up Terrence Crawford's VADA test acknowledgement on their website that says October 2020, which is nearly 5 years ago, but there's no record of Nonito Donaire, Edwin Rodriguez, and Canelo Alvarez doing 24/7, 365 testing? They don't have their picture up there, but they got Devin Haney's. And I'm still asking the question, how can Devin Haney enroll in 24/7, 365 testing when there is no application separated on their website? I'm asking. Don't get mad at me. I'm just asking. I don't know. Now, somebody's going to say, well, Manager Marty, VADA does do out-of-competition testing. Isn't that what we just heard Frequent tell us? So then let me ask you a question then. Woo, I'm going to pull it up on the screen. Don't worry. Don't worry. I got him, Roller Tape family. Watch this. Watch how I get him out of here real quick. Yeah, hold on. Watch this. Watch this. Save that. Bam. And then we're going to send it to myself on this so I can put it on the screen right here. Bam. Watch this. Woo-wee. Air fryer warming up, baby. We got time tonight. Here you go. Watch this. Talking about VADA do 365, 24/7 testing. Yeah, all right. They do it. Just show it to me where they do it at. How did a fighter enroll in? How would Brian Norman be able to enroll? I'm not advocating for the Normans. I'm just telling you that they were right about some of the things that Brian Norman Sr. said on that platform. That's all. We call it spade a spade right down the middle. Oh, let me see. This it right here? Hold up. They didn't save it. Hold on. I got something for it. Don't worry about it. We're going to get it. Is this it? Here we go right here. Is this it? Yep. Got it right here. Yes, sir. Y'all play with me tonight. Got to put the evidence out there now. I got to do it. Bam. 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 Got him. Look at your screen. Look at your screen, please. I'm about to, listen, I know we 2 hours in. I'm about to go off. On it. Listen, don't worry about it. Watch this. Here we go. Because remember, 24/7, 365 VADA testing means that in competition testing must take place, which is within the 8 weeks prior to a scheduled bout. And out of competition testing must take place, means before the 8 week schedule and after the fight, right? Okay, good. I'm glad y'all said that because that is true. Now look at your screen. This is known as an athlete application for program admission. Can y'all see that? I just want to make sure we clear. I'm gonna blow it up because I don't want nobody to miss this. I promise you. Please, if y'all listen to me, I promise you, I'm gonna blow this part up right here. Yes, I am. I'm gonna blow this part up. Ooh-wee. Can y'all see that on your screen? That's the athlete application for program admission. It is. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Y'all see that? Now I'm going to share it with y'all because I know the words might be a little small and I want us to make sure that we're all on the same page this evening. Okay? You might not be able to see it. That's the athlete application for program admission. Okay? Can y'all see that? Okay, now that everybody can see that, I'm going to close the show out with this real quick. Here it comes. Now, bam, here it is. Quick question. Just want to make sure we clear on this. Quick question. Bam, look at your screen. That's on the bottom of this page right here. I want to make sure nobody don't even try to lie on me and say I Photoshop. I'm not graphically inclined. Athlete application for program admission. At the bottom, it says competition information. Bam. There it is right there. Since Boxing Hacker told me to pull up the actual application for it. If VADA does 365 24/7 testing, then why are they asking for competition information on the enrollment form? This is the standard form. Why are they asking for competition information? The date of the next fight. You see that right there. Go and look at it. If you can't see it, I'm going to read it to you. It says date of next fight. It asks for location. It's asking for the scheduled opponent. It's asking for the number of rounds. They're asking for the weight that the fight will take place at. It's asking if it's asking for if it's a title fight, what's the name of the sanctioning organization? Y'all see that? Why is VADA asking for all of the competition information on the athlete application for program admission if 24/7, 365 testing exists through VADA? Want to know why they're asking for it? Bam, look at your screen. We're going to read it again. Because professional athletes will volunteer to be subject to unannounced testing at any time during the 8 weeks prior to a scheduled fight. Bam. So the question becomes, how can an athlete that want to enroll in 24/7, 365 through VADA testing, how can they enroll? Because if you look at your screen again on the athlete application for program admission, it says nothing about 24/7, 365 on there. This is not even a box that you can click on. It's not even a box you can check off. So where's the application to enroll at? On their website. And if there is none, how can Devin Haney enroll in something that doesn't have an application to enroll? You don't understand my question? Let me give it to you this way. Look at your screen. There's an application for program admission right there on your screen. There's a form to be completed, right? Okay, look at your screen again. There's a therapeutic use exemption application. There's a form to be completed, right? Okay, good. Let me take it another step further. Look at your screen. There's an athlete whereabouts form that needs to be completed. So we have a whereabouts form that needs to be completed by the athlete. If there's a need for a therapeutic use exemption form that needs to be completed by the athlete, and then there is an application for program admission to be tested within 8 weeks prior to a scheduled bout that has the competition information that the fighter must fill at the bottom of the application that must be completed, but there is no application nowhere in sight on VADA's website that says application to enroll in 24/7, 365 testing. So because there isn't an application for that type of out of competition testing, how did Devin Haney enroll? How did he enroll? When VADA's Instagram page, when VADA said on their Twitter page, 3 days after I exposed that 365 24/7 testing is a hoax and fake news, they said, congratulations, we welcome Devin Haney as enrolled in our 365 24/7 program. Well, how did he enroll with no application? Did somebody pick up the phone? Since Blue Blood want to ask about the benefits of Snack and Victor Conti, he's a resource. That's the added benefit. What's wrong with you? He's talking about the flyer frequency, talking about let's see them other 2 pages. What other 2 pages? Which ones? You want to see the other 2? That's no problem. I'll give you the other 2. Don't you worry about it. Here, come right your way. Bam. Stay right there, frequent. Got something for you. Yeah. I got something for him. Since he want to ask for the other 2 pages. I got you. I don't have nothing to hide. I'm not doctoring no information. But Tony Reviews, you owe me an apology. Boxing Hacker, you owe me an apology. A Frequent, you owe me an apology. But you don't have to give it to me. You don't have to. I'm nobody special. I'm just holding you accountable to what's old. But you don't have to. It's fine. It's all good. I'm going to show the other 2 pages right here. Since you requested it, sir. Here it is right here. And then I promise you I'm going to let y'all go. Bam. There's 1. Did the other one come in yet? Bam. There's 2. Got him. Got him. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. We got it. Bam and bam. Don't ever try to roll no tape on me and pull no website up on me like I don't know what I'm talking about. I done been there and done it and dealt with VADA. Y'all tripping. Y'all can't discredit me, man. I'm too qualified and certified for y'all to do that, man. Just sit back and relax. And when the information come, just give me credit where it's due. That's all. Now I'm gonna show you the whole thing. This is page number 1. Athlete application for program admission. Go and look at the bottom of your screen. You will see where it says page 1 of 3. This is page 1. Y'all see that? This is page number 2. This is page number 2. Y'all see that? Okay, page number 2. Doesn't say anything about 24/7, 365 testing in that. It requires a signature at the bottom. And this is page number 3. Bam. Doesn't say nothing about 24/7, 365 testing in this either. But it requires a signature at the bottom. What we talking about? Y'all can't see 2 cent? What y'all can't see? Hold on. I want to make sure my audience see it. I want to make sure my family see what we talking about. Y'all can't see it? What y'all want me to do? All right, that's page number 1. Athlete application for program admission. This is page number 2. And this is page number 3. That's why at the bottom it says page 3 of 3. Okay? Tell me what y'all can't see. I want to make sure we clear now. I don't want to leave. Nobody can't see it. And by the way, I want somebody to tell me and show me on the website where there's an application to enroll in 24/7, 365 testing. Since everybody keep telling me that Devin Haney enrolled in it. There's an application for everything else. There's an application for, let me show everybody again so we can make sure we on the same. You ain't going to find this information nowhere else. You ain't see nobody else bring that point up. Here you go, bam. This is the athlete application for program admission. This is page 1 of 3. There's nothing on here that says anything about 24/7, 365 testing. In fact, what it does say, though, is that they need competition information, such as the date of your next fight as an athlete, the location, your scheduled opponent, the number of rounds, the weight that the fight will take place at, if there's a title fight, name of sanctioning organization. Y'all see that? Why would this application ask about competition information if they perform the procedure of out of competition testing? You know why? Because the website right here tells you. Go on and look at your screen again. And if you can, I'm going to read it again. Professional athletes will volunteer to be subject to unannounced testing at any time during the 8 weeks prior to a scheduled fight. That's why. Okay, let me go back again. I don't want nobody to miss this. That's page number 1. Go look at the bottom. It says page 1 of 3. Doesn't say anything about 24/7, 365 testing on it. But it is requesting competition information. Okay. Okay. Look at your screen. This is page number 2. This is the application terms and the commitment to basically, it basically allows the athlete to commit to them releasing the medical information of the athlete. Okay. There's nothing about 24/7, 365 in page number 2. And now this is page number 3. Look at the bottom of your screen. It tells you page 3 of 3. Doesn't mention anything about 24/7, 365 testing. So my question remains in closing. If Devin Haney is the only professional boxer that enrolled in 24/7, 365 VADA testing, how did he enroll if there is no application on the website for the fighters and athletes to print out, complete it, and then scan it and email it to Dr. Margaret Goodman to enroll. How did he enroll then? I'm going to go back again. This is page 1 of 3 of the athlete application for program admission. This is a form that needs to be completed. Okay? This is a whereabouts form that needs to be completed. And there's a therapeutic use exemption application form, if it's necessary for the athlete, to be completed. So we got 3 different forms that need to be completed, if necessary, with the last one, which is this one right here, the therapeutic use exemption. But where is the application form to be completed for 24/7, 365? How can an athlete enroll in it if there's no application for it? And once again, it's because 24/7, 365 testing through VADA is a hoax. It's fake news. And that separates VADA from USADA. Go on and look at your screen. This is USADA. And this is their whereabouts policy. You probably can't see it, but look at it more closely on your screen. I'm going to read the second paragraph for you. USADA performs in-competition testing and out-of-competition testing. Okay? And that's why Dr. Margaret Goodman told me, I'm gonna play back what I said to her, and then what I asked her, and then what she said. Hold on. Roll the tape. Right. So when you say out of competition, I've heard you mention that earlier. Out of competition is basically when the fighters or athletes in general are not competing. Maybe they're in training. Maybe they don't have a fight scheduled as of yet. Is that out of competition? Is that the meaning of that?
That's the meaning of it for all sports that are enrolled in testing, whether it's track and field or whatever. But what VADA has is VADA doesn't have out of competition testing. So, and by that I mean, even though we're testing leading up to an event or throughout the year, all our testing remains the same. And that means that we always include stimulants and narcotics in every test that we do.
Thank you. All she's saying is, even though, let me go back and play that last piece. Don't take my word for it. Roll the tape. Right. So when you say out of competition, I've heard you mention that earlier. Out of competition is basically when the fighters or athletes in general are not competing. Maybe they're in training. Maybe they don't have a fight scheduled as of yet. Is that out of competition? Is that the meaning of that? That's the meaning of it for all sports that are enrolled in testing, whether it's track and field or whatever. But what VADA has is VADA doesn't have out of competition testing. So, and by that I mean, even though we're testing leading up to an event or throughout the year, all our testing remains the same. And that means that we always include stimulants and narcotics in every test that we do. Thank you. Let me translate that before I read what's on your screen. Basically, all she's saying is, we test in competition only. VADA doesn't do out of competition testing. What's so different? What is so difficult to understand what she just said? But what VADA does do is we do include narcotics in our testing. What difference does it make? Whether VADA includes narcotics in their testing panel or not, it does not negate the fact that they only test 8 weeks prior to a scheduled bout, and they don't test 24/7, 365. It's a hoax. It's fake news. It don't make a difference what other stimulants or substances they're including in the testing panel. If you only testing within 8 weeks prior to a scheduled fight, then what difference does it make? And that's the point that I've been saying to all of my detractors. Now look at your screen and I'm going to show you the difference between USADA and VADA. VADA says on their website that they only provide testing at any time during the 8 weeks prior to a scheduled fight. But according to the whereabouts policy of USADA, and I'm going to read the paragraph at the bottom, athletes are subject to testing 365 days a year and do not have quote unquote off seasons or cutoff periods in which testing does not occur. Whereabouts information is information submitted to USADA by an athlete that allows the athlete to be located for out of competition testing.